Welcome back to a very changeable Queensland Raceway. The weather playing havoc with your race there, Garth Tander. You were looking fantastic and they stopped the race. Do you agree with that or not?
Well, it was obviously pretty disappointing that they did stop the race. We had it shot to pieces. The tyres were in good condition. We had a gap on Russell and everything was looking sweet. They probably put the red flag out probably a lap or two too early, because as you can see at the end of that race, it was bone dry again. So obviously very disappointing, because we would have had that one without a problem, and we'll just have to show them in the next race when it's dry that we'll do it.
That's the spirit. We might see you on the podium. Well done.
With a bit of luck. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, hard luck to Garth Tander. He could see, he could smell, he could taste his first V8 Supercar victory as we take a look at the grid. And of course, these are the official results for race 2. Lowndes and Ingle, Tander, Scape, Radisich, Bright, Bow and Crompton.
Yeah, Tander was pretty happy to end up third after all that. Stephen Richards, John Faulkner, Greg Murphy and Stephen Ellery, Mark Larkham and Dick Johnson out of 7, Todd Kelly, Tony Longhurst out of 8.
That was an outstanding effort by Dick, 38th to 14th. A really strong run. Wayne Wakefield starts from 22, just ahead of local driver Danny Osborne.
Cameron McLean and Jason Bargwana having a terrible day in the Valvoline machine. Craig Harrison, Bob Thorne, Simon Emazidis and Mick Donoghue, John Cotter and Rodney Forbes.
Smirt, Romano, McDougall, Nash, Conway, Wheel out of 38, Parsons and Cameron McConville back there filling the last grid position. When we've had it all, there seems to be a bit of a hold-up here. Simon Emazidis' car, and that's stalled, so they're going to go without him. Green flag from the back of the grid, but we had plenty of action in race 1, rain in race 2. What does race 3 hold in store? Lowndes will start from the inside. Russell Ingle, two of the best starters in the game, side by side. Seconds away, here we go, and it's Ingle! A brilliant start, and Garth Tander splits the two Mobil 1 cars.
Oh, the inside of that circuit is just so dirty, and look out, look, it just does them no good at all.
Tander wants to make amends here, so he almost had his first win. He's going to make sure about it this time. Lowndes has dropped a long way back, just in front of Jason Bright, probably back in about 5th position. Bargwana, no, sorry, Tander it is, who's up there in 2nd position. Now someone's run wide, that's Lowndes. Lowndes is off. So,
oh, gee, what he's going to buy. He managed to get through without breaking that front spoiler, but wow, he's got some work ahead of him now.
Saw a lot of dust in the background too, guys, just off turn 1, so there's a few cars off over there, I think, also, but it's David Parsons in the Challenge Recruitment Commodore. He's back on the track and appears to be okay, but it's Russell Ingle and Garth Tander in the Valvoline Cummins Commodore 1 and 2, Mark Scape in 3.
Yeah, well, Garth Tander was very pumped up after that race too. He said, this car is an absolute jet. And in the third heat, I reckon I can go out and win it. He's that confident in the package that he's got today, and he's certainly using it to maximum advantage so far.
Speaking of a jet, how about Stephen Richards? I got a quick shot of him there. It looked like Stephen was up into 4th spot, celebrating his 27th birthday. Yes, he is. He's right in there behind Mark Scape. Murphy runs wide. Here's a replay of that first corner incident.
Yeah, shuffling around there. Is on the front.
Whoa! When it gets as close as that, I mean, it's hard to tell. It's obviously got to tap up the backside, and it all sort of happens after. But it was lucky there was no one else involved in it.
Plenty of runoff room. Russell Ingle has bolted. He's away. Apparently, last lap around, Lowndes was as far back as 24th. So that's a tough run. This is Stephen Richards in the Wins Commodore. A great run. Now, one of the few times we've seen this team run up front was Greg Murphy, and also Stephen himself at the sensational Adelaide 500. It's been a very tough year for them. Not only have they built 2 brand new VTs, they've changed from Yokohama to Bridgestones and 2 new drivers to the team. So a lot of development changes for that team.
There's your points after race 2 on the day. Ingle looking strong, 96, Lowndes 94, Tander 90. So this one's going right down to the wire. It's been a very competitive day's racing. Aggregate race for Heat 2 was split by a big downpour of rain, so it's been action aplenty at the opening race at the sensational Queensland Raceway. It's been a great day.
Now, so far, so good for Ingle. He's looking like he's putting a little bit of a gap on Tander.
With Lowndes way back, looking at that point situation, that's looking nice for Garth Tander to get his 3rd podium finish of the year.
Yeah.
We take a replay look now of the start from inside Mark Scape's car. Watch for Tander.
Oh, Tander, look at that.
Oh.
Nice. A little bit of a touch there, maybe, but great start. Oh! You can't help but say, ooh,
That's a very competitive run from Stephen Richards in the Wins Commodore. They've been struggling for speed throughout the early part of this season, but has been a rebuilding process for Gibson Motorsport.
Inside move.
Great move on the inside.
Stephen Richards up on Mark Scape, so Richards in. The wins Kmart. Commodore is in the 3rd position. And it's great to see Stephen bounce back. He was suffering from extreme migraines yesterday and wasn't feeling very well at all. So he's certainly...
Oh, look at Scape on the inside.
Plenty of inside moves here, and look in the background. Who is it? It's the Shell Helix Ford of Paul Radicic.
It's going to be really interesting, given another 4 or 5 laps, just really to have a look who's looked after their tyre. Well, if you can look after your tyres. And see in the background there's JB.
Braking hard from 235 kilometres an hour. Scape, feeling heat from Stephen Richards. Richards,
yeah, what a move! Got him, he's gone. He's off.
Second mobile Holden Racing Team Commodore to come off at turn 2. Lowndes was out there a few laps ago. Now Scape's got to try and get her out of the sand.
Try and get her out of that lot. Oh,
he's got it over on the grass. A nice hard bit of traction. Should get him back onto the blacktop. Boy,
look how good the spoilers are on the Holdens as against the Ford. I mean, they'd have been done.
That was the thought it would be.
Oh, look at this. Steve Richards. Well, you take your eye off him for a second. Richards in trouble. That could have been as a result of that tangle escape. The bodywork may have been breaking up as he headed down the back straight, but that's been very costly. Look at that. Well, that's a great disappointment. That car was running so strongly.
Just when things were looking good for the birthday boy, it has come to a very abrupt...
Oh, look at the state of this thing.
That could tell the story. Radicic was right on those two, Scape and Richards. So Paul Radicic showing a lot of damage to the front of the Shell Helix Ford. Ellery is up there in a very strong run also, and Greg Murphy right with him with plenty of panel damage on the second wheel.
Well, he's a hard man, isn't he? He doesn't qualify that strongly, but give him a place.
What have we got here? That's JB on board with JB. Bit of a touch there. A little bit of a nudge.
Boy.
No, that's what took the nose off of Stephen's car.
Looks like Radicic.
But it's JB up the inside there. Maybe no touch there. And then Radicic squeezing JB.
Yeah, Paul's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, Paul's nowhere to go and just wallops, takes the nose off of Stephen's car. And JB, bit of a Houdini job there and come through that's Crompton, isn't it?
Yep. Another angle. So Steve went for a big run down the inside.
That's the Scape move. And here's Mark running off into the sand trap.
Well.
Oh, dear.
Another rough day for the Mobile Holden Racing Team after an absolutely dominant performance at Sandown. They find themselves in the wars again. So the second half of the season is starting a little bit topsy-turvy for the factory Holden team.
Garth Tanner's lapped 0.2 of a second quicker than Russell last time round, so Garth's putting him back.
Oh, look at an amazing shot of Paul Radicic car. Just bits hanging off and all over the place. Broken rear view mirror on the driver's door. You can see that.
Nice runner, never raced or rallied.
Only driven on Sundays. So Ingle, almost a second up on Garth Tanner in second position. John Bauer now in third, 3.2 seconds behind our second place man. Neil Crompton now up to fourth as a result of that tangle.
Stephen Ellery has come from 12th into 7th position, and a much stronger run, not only from Crompton, but from the man in front of him in terms of that's Dick Johnson's car.
Dick's had to come in. I think they're going to cameras go away. Thank you, fellas. Don't want any engine secrets on camera. Dick's out of the car.
Tanner is chasing Ingle.
And Stephen Ellery on the inside here of Greg Murphy and John Faulkner sniffing around in the background as well.
Oh,
it's been a pretty tough tangle here. Who's on the inside of Faulkner? There's someone slipping through there. That's Longhurst. So a nice run by Tony. He was quickest after the Teagan test, the very first running here at Queensland Raceway about 3 weeks ago.
Look at this, look at this. Yes, he's in the right place, Tanner.
Side by side into turn one. Tanner's done it too.
And he loves turn one. You watch, in the middle of turn one, he suddenly goes so quick through there.
Well, he was. Last time around, he was 0.8 of a second.
Amazing.
Faster than Russell Ingle. That's where he found that big chunk of time.
Look at the ground he's fallen on rust there.
Unbelievable. Russell's looking down somewhere on the console on the car. Not sure everything's okay on board the Castrol Holden at the moment, but he's staying with him at this stage.
So consistent. Well, Garth Tander came under so much criticism last year and at the beginning of this year after the support race at the Melbourne Grand Prix that he was just so erratic and was driving irrationally. And, well, he's bounced back to prove to them, as we saw at Eastern Creek and at some of the other rounds, that he can drive maturely and sensibly. Here's Bargwana and Craig Lowndes. down the order.
Lowndes continuing his charge through the pack, but it's hard work. He's back in 13th position after going back as far as 24th after that altercation on turn 2 on the first lap. So Lowndes, this is where the strength of this team has been. They qualify so strongly, they leap off the front row of the grid, and that's why they've been so dominant. But you get them back in the pack, and you start to realise how close and competitive this bunch of cars are.
Cameron McLaren.
Oh! A little bit wide.
25th to 15th. No, he's not too far behind this battle here either, as we see Bargwana, Larkham, Ellery. On the inside of Ellery is Todd Kelly in the 15 Holden Young Lions car. So it's been a very strong run by Kelly today.
I tell you what, John Bowes have done an amazing job. He's holding a good third position and pulling in a little bit on Ingle, and that's good setup change, obviously.
Now we must congratulate our Shell Helix winners. We've got 3 of them today. Rod Tufel of Springwood in Queensland, Tony Paget of Goulburn in New South Wales, and Daniel Fisher of Rockingham in WA. Congratulations to those 3 people. You're going for a great ride with Dick Johnson in the AU XR8. And our Ford winner today is Sean Swan of Alice Springs in the Territory. Congratulations to all of our competition winners. Longhurst continues his forward surge. The third race here today, his best showing. John Faulkner in behind him. We're talking about 8th and 9th. Glenn Seaton running in 10th.
Oh, look, Ingle's in trouble for sure. John Bowes.
Without any doubt, JB's...
Ingle's last time was a 1:12.8 and Tander a 1:11.6. So Ingle, when you saw him looking down at the console there may be a problem within that car because he's lost a ton of speed all of a sudden. John Bowe.
Either that or he's got really bad tyre trouble and he was trying to alter the bars or something to take pressure off the front or the back.
Could well have been.
Yeah.
Well, Neil Crompton's not too far away. If this continues, what I'm talking about is Russell Ingle going backwards. Crompton will slip into 3rd because he's not too far behind as they head down into the first of the tight hairpins. There's Crompton in 4th, just ahead of Jason Bright. So the top forward runner is John Bowe sitting in 2nd. Then it's Crompton here on screen now, and this has been his most consistent run as he starts to challenge Russell Ingle now.
I'd say Russell's tyres are knackered.
I'll tell you what, we could be seeing something amazing here if Tander continues to lead this race and wins it. He's going to be the overall winner on the day because
Great.
he's equal on points with Ingle.
That's great for Gary Rogers, though, isn't it?
Yeah. On a countback by winning the last heat, that means he'll be the winner. So, boy, they'll have everything crossed down in the Valvoline pit at the moment. 2.6 seconds.
Oh, Crompton on the inside, so Crompton's up into 3rd now.
Oh, look at Russell's things all over the show.
Yeah, I think your tyre theory might be right, Baz. He's sliding all over the place now.
And Russell, he's not being naughty, Russell, either. He's in a right old state and he's getting out of everybody's way, really. Oh, yeah, around we go.
David Parsons in the Challenge Recruitment car going for the 2nd time in this race. He was the car that you saw go first off. Well, this is going to be a great confidence boost for Neil Crompton if he can remain in 3rd. He's been under a lot of pressure this year. But there is the man who's in front of him, John Bowe, and there is your race leader, Garth Tander, the 22-year-old, doing a brilliant job. Ingle slipping backwards in 4th, ahead of Brian Radisich, Murphy, and Longhurst. They're stuck in the middle of a colossal battle. Further back, we've got Lowndes, Seaton, Bargwana. On the way back, those guys, Faulkner, Larkham, Kelly, McLean, and Ellery in 16. Watching a very talented young driver on the way to his first V8 supercar win if things remain the same and everything goes okay from here to race end. Garth Tander in the Gary Rogers Valvoline Cummins Commodore, the older car in the field. This is last year's car. Well, in terms it's even older than that, it's a VS Commodore. And he's got plenty of new models behind him, but he leads the way by some 2.3 seconds over John Bowe and Neil Crompton on screen there in 3rd at the moment. You might attend lap counter 12 of 17. Tander's only got to hang in there for another 5 and he's home.
You know, the really interesting thing about this, guys, is it was round 7 at Calder last year when Bargwana recorded the first win for the Valvoline team. Here we are at round 7 in 1999. It looks like they're going to win a round.
Yeah, fantastic. Never won a round in the team's history, so Gary Rogers will certainly be partying tonight, that's for sure.
I tell you, he's absolutely charging at the moment. Is Craig Lowndes. He went right back to 24th position. He's up to 7th. He has been absolutely storming through the pack.
Oh, yeah, up the inside of...
Greg Murphy.
Former teammates, former Bathurst winners.
Oh! That's called a sump in the rump, I think the Navy call it.
One up the rectum, don't affect him.
Longhurst
look at
on the
Longhurst.
inside too.
Oh, dear me.
Well, they like it rough and tough in V8 supercars. Look at that graphic demonstration of how tough it's been at Queensland Raceway this afternoon.
I tell you what, it's produced some good racing, isn't it?
Well, it's exactly the same. It reminds me a lot of Darwin's Hidden Valley circuit. When everyone arrived there, the driver said, oh, it's a little bit dinky, you know, it's a little bit pokey, but it produced great racing. And the round that we had from Winton last year was one of the most exciting races and rounds we've had for a while. So Bright with a little bit of damage on the front. He's currently sitting in 4th position in a row of Falcons.
John Bow is on a real charge, though. He's gobbling up that lead of Garth Tander. He's got it down to 1.2 seconds. Bow is flying. Garth Tander just at a 1:13.16, Bow a 1:12 dead. So the Caterpillar Ford is really on a major charge toward the end of this race. He may even catch Tander by the end of this one.
Well, you remember the previous lap, it was 2.3 seconds. Now it's down to 1.2.
You've got to hand it to his crew, because you saw the monumental problems he was in with tyre wear earlier on. I mean, I looked at his tyres, were incredibly badly worn. And look, he's flying now. He's lapping quicker than, what's that, 0.1 quicker than Tander last time round, but it's down to, what, 1.2 seconds.
You can stay up to date with all the latest of the V8 Supercars, www.v8supercars.com.au. That is the website, as Craig Lowndes, the reigning champ, is currently in 6th position, chasing after a very much battle-scarred Paul Radicic. Now here's the battle for the lead, and look at that. There's no longer 1.2 seconds down. It's 0.2 of a second. So Tander may be denied his win yet again. He was on the way in race 2, but I tell you what, he's got a very experienced campaigner behind him.
Well, he's going to fight tooth and nail here. He's sitting right down the barrel of his first round win. Let's go on board with John Bow. Pressure driving from John Bow, very experienced driver taking on a relatively inexperienced driver. 46 years of age, John Bow versus 22-year-old West Australian Garth Tander. This is a real battle of youth versus experience. John Bow digging deep to try and find him.
Oh, yes, under brakes. Oh, yes, through. Yeah, well, good move. That was a very good move.
So John Bow, well, he started from pole today, went backwards, very rapid rate in race 1 due to tyre problems. Get his win as he looks so strong in the 3rd and final race with just 3 laps remaining. Tander's been pushed back to 2nd. Crompton still maintaining 3rd. This is the next battle we focus on, Lowndes v Radicic, and we certainly know who's moving the quicker out of the 2 of these. Wow! It's just true as we watch Lowndes move on the inside of Radicic. John Bow has been black flagged for passing under yellow.
Do you know, it was funny because it didn't look as if Garth Tander was trying to protect his ground, and I thought, well, that's strange. Maybe Garth's, you know, brake problems or whatever.
Well, this is going to be interesting. John Bow, black flag, only 2.5 laps from home,
and he'll see this time round.
Well, this is going to be an interesting one. And Garth Tander hanging on by his fingernails. If he finishes 2nd, and Lowndes finishes no higher than 3rd, he'll still win the day, but gee, there's still a lot of racing to go. John Bow will get the signal this time around from his pit crew and from the officials. You can see the number 600 right up above the starting podium there. So he's just been given the signal that he's got a black flag, 2 laps remaining. Talk about drama for John Bow.
We've had it all here today at Queensland Raceway. Tander still hanging in behind, and, well, essentially he leads the race. In the Valvoline Cummins Commodore, lap 16 of 17. And look, 2 laps remaining.
Look at Neil Crompton.
Yeah.
He's now caught these 2 hand over fist.
Seaton is on. Ingle also. We talk about back there in 9th and 10th position. Well, after the start Russell Ingle got, who would imagine he would be back in 9th position, obviously struggling with
Russell's things in a right old state. Look at it, it's all over the show.
And here's Seaton slipping up the inside. This will be Glenn Seaton for 9th position. And while Glenn battles with Russell Ingle, his teammate Neil Crompton is right up at the other end of the field, and he's that is Seaton
and Murphy.
When a carriage makes a bit of a gap for you.
Larkham's through as well. So Russell Ingle's just lost quite a few positions. Murphy's got a trailing bumper there, courtesy the position.
He's got battle damage all over that car. This is the boys have got the magic tape on the left-hand side doors to keep them closed.
Now I wonder how the battle's going up front between Crompton and Tander.
Final lap.
Here it is here. Now Neil Crompton, he could be heading for his first V8 Supercar win. This is it, the run to home. He knew he had to get a consistent run this weekend. I think he finished 8th in the first race, 8th in the second. And now have a look at this. He's in second position, chasing Garth Tander. Both drivers here going for their maiden V8 Supercar win.
I wonder what John Bow's going to do.
Well, he's
black flag situation.
He hasn't got much time to cope with that.
I think he's probably going to try and finish the race. Oh, boy, there's a lot of legal kerfuffle to come out of this, but there's plenty of action on the track. This one's not over yet. Half a lap to go. John Bow in first, Tander in second, Crompton in third.
Basically, all Tander needs to do is just
defend here.
Yeah, defend here and just keep her nice and tight, not run wide on the way out. And then over onto the right-hand side of the road, it gives Crompton nowhere at all to go up the inside.
What a remarkable story for this 1997 Australian Formula Ford champ, Garth Tander. Last year, he was mechanic on a Formula Ford car. He was without a drive at the beginning of last year. Now he is heading for his first Shell Championship Series win. The checkered flag is waiting, and the 22-year-old Garth Tander takes his very first V8 Supercar win ahead of a very determined Neil Crompton as they flash across the line. Jason Wright will come in for third. Hard luck for John Bow after driving so well. With the word through from the pits, the black flag for passing under a yellow. There is Garth Tander at just 22 years of age.
Oh dear me.
Johnny Briggs in the Super Cheap Autos car. He's blown up something big time under there, but fortunately he just made it across the finish line.
Briggs has had a strong day too.
I think he's just had the word from Rogers that his team manager Gary Rogers, that he's just won the day. You
There
can see
is
the
Gary.
fists in the air.
And there's Greg, one of the mechanics.
What a fabulous result.
That is tremendous stuff. 1997 Australian Formula Ford champ, now a V8 Supercar winner, race winner and round winner. Now, although you see John Bow in first position there, that comes through off the timing monitor through to our graphics. He has been black flagged. Garth Tander is in fact the winner. From Crompton Bright, Lowndes, a great run by Craig Lowndes after being as far back as 24th. Radicic, Longhurst, and another good run there by Jason Bargwanna. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.
Well, Queensland has a brand new raceway, and major congratulations to Dennis Brown and the organising team who've done a fantastic job of building this new facility. The V8s came north and the Queenslanders turned out in their massive crowd for this fantastic opening day. It's been a brilliant weekend, and congratulations to the Queenslanders on turning up in such great numbers. Top place private here today, well, it was a real turn up for the books. He's doing a great job too, Wayne Wakefield. Fantastic drive. First time you're up on the podium, you're headed for the top.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, thanks a lot, Mark. I can't believe we're up here. Actually, there's been a lot of incidents today, and I didn't even know I had to sprint down pit lane to make it up here. But thanks to Metro Central and Charles Rhyming for giving me the drive, and all my fans here in Queensland. Thanks very much.
Congratulations, Wayne Wakefield. I'm sure we'll see more of him in action in the rounds to come. Very hard day out there for all the competitors. A great Ford versus Holden battle. The man who finished third today, and it was a very tough drive too, Jason Bright. Boy, you were pretty fast in qualifying around here, but racing's obviously a different discipline.
Yeah, we've been working very hard on trying to get the car to last over 17 laps around here, and these guys came here and got it in one go. So we're a little bit disappointed. This is our home track, and we were hoping to make the most of it. But we'll just have to head down this Calder and beat them at their home track.
Congratulations, Jason Bright, third place today, and fighting hard in this championship. Second, he's our championship leader, and boy, he's very, very good at just putting those points together. Put your hands together for Craig Lowndes. I'm going to say you're becoming very good at winning championships. You just got to stay on the track there. You had some difficulty on that third heat, but you managed to get back again.
Well, it was, Mark. Obviously, turn one caused a bit of carnage, but we got through that, and the guys did a fantastic job. Mobile, Holden, Bridgestone, thank you very much. Now the car's working great.
Congratulations, Craig Lowndes. Second place for the Mobile Holden Racing team in keeping this championship very much alive. Right now, I'd like to call on Bob Glinderman from Shell, our fantastic series sponsor, to make the award, and please put a big round of applause together for this man. It's his first championship win, and the first indeed for Gary Rogers Motorsport, Garth Tander. What a
fantastic moment. Gosh, this is the first round win. I know Jason took the team's first heat win at Calder last year, but this is the first round win, and indeed your first win. You're only 22 years of age. What a fantastic moment.
Yeah, it still probably hasn't sunk in yet.
Keep going.
It's just payback for our guys. They've been through a hell, really. We've rebuilt the cars probably 10 times in the last 6 months, and for them, this is for them. For our sponsors, Valvoline, Cummins and Holden, thanks very much for supporting us and staying behind us. Everyone else that's been behind us and been part of it in my formative years. And to win at the first race at Queensland, it's fantastic, so I'm pretty happy.
No doubt he is. Put your hands together, folks. Garth Tander, the big winner at the first race at Queensland Raceway.